In today's video, I'm sharing 5 rituals I do every morning to set myself up for a beautiful day. Hello everyone, Jennifer here, and welcome to the Daily Connoisseur. If you're new to my channel, I am the author of the new book, The Daily Connoisseur's Guide to Living Well at Home. And I truly believe that living well at home is anchored by our routines. And in today's video, I'm going to be sharing 5 rituals that I do every morning, pretty much without fail, to set myself up for a beautiful day. Okay, please keep in mind that this video is not walking you through every single step of my morning routine. Like, I'm not going to show you, like I do in my other videos, how I get up, brush my teeth, all that stuff. I'm skipping around here, but I'm just focusing on some of the routines that I do that are super meaningful to me and really help my day. So the first one is spiritual, okay? I am so against waking up and immediately going on my phone, checking the news, doom scrolling, checking emails. I've done this before and I hate how I feel afterwards. My day never starts off right. I actually did that a few times over break because we have a new puppy and I'm not sleeping. It's like having a newborn baby. So in my delirium in the early hours, I would get on my phone and I just really hated how I felt after that. So doing that has really solidified the fact that I have to start my day taking care of the spiritual aspect of my life. For me, that looks like praying, meditation, and reading a chapter of the Bible. So every single morning after I, get up, brush my teeth, and stretch, a few of the things we're going to talk about in just a minute, I will sit down and I will pray, and then I will go into a 10-minute meditation. Every day if I can. Sometimes I get interrupted and I don't get to do it, but this is absolutely critical for my mental health, for my spiritual health, and I love setting that timer. And I tell you what, if you are adverse to meditation, or you just feel like you're not good at it, or you're just, thinking about your to-do list, for example, give it a try if you're interested in it, and set the timer and don't give up and try every day. But now when the timer goes off, I'm so disappointed. I think when the kids are older, I will do 20 minutes meditation. But as it stands right now, I can usually only fit about 10 minutes in. After I do that, I will read one chapter of the Bible. That's what I've been doing the past year. I used to read more, like read through the Bible in a whole year. But I found that was just so much reading and I would get stressed when I got interrupted from that. So I'm, dialing it back a bit and just reading one chapter. After I do that, if I have time, I might journal, okay? But I want you to stay tuned till the end because I have a bonus tip number 6 about this, and I'll share that with you then. Okay, the second ritual that I do every morning is to move my body. And there are a few ways that I do this. The first thing is always to stretch. So usually as soon as I get out of bed, I will do some stretches. I'll try to touch my toes. I might do a deep squat. These things are highly unflattering to film. I will do that and just kind of wake my muscles up. Okay. I think I'm a really intense sleeper and I tense up. I'm a very heavy dreamer. And I tell you, when I wake up, I feel like I have been to all the places that I've dreamt about. Like, does this happen to you? But my body will sometimes ache. Okay, like, what did I do while I was sleeping? When filming this, I completely forgot to mention the next stretch that I do every single day, at least once, and always in the morning. So I start by nodding my head 3 times to the front, then 3 times to the back, 3 times to the side, like ear touching my left shoulder, and then 3 times to the other side. And then I roll my head 3 times to the left and 3 times to the right. I have to do this every single morning. So just wanted to share that with you again here. So I always stretch. Oh, this is kind of an unusual thing that I do, but I do this every morning and night when I'm brushing my teeth. I will do 10 squats. I'm not telling you to do this. I feel like it's probably kind of dangerous. You probably need to like hold on to something while you're doing it so you don't fall. But this is something that I really like to do. I read somewhere that doing squats really helps with longevity. It was in like the Blue Zones documentary that a lot of the cultures that live a long time, they're often squatting. So I do 10 squats while I brush my teeth. And then I also do the rebounder every morning. So I'll do between 5 to 10 minutes. And jumping on the rebounder is something that completely just reinvigorates me. I absolutely love it. I feel like I'm shaking off any negative energy. I feel like I'm energizing myself. I feel youthful when I do this. I use the Nidak rebounder, so I will leave the one that I use down below. The third ritual I do every day is to take my first sips outside, weather permitting. So I will often drink my first glass of water in my bedroom. What I mean by this is when I go downstairs to the kitchen, I will usually have a second glass of water and a cup of coffee, and I take both of those sips outside if I can. And there is something invigorating about going outside and looking at the flowers, listening to the birds, and taking those first sips of water. It is a ritual that I cannot quit, and it feels wrong if I don't do it. So if it's raining, sometimes I'll just go on my porch now, especially that it's decorated, and I'll sit on my rocking chair and take my first sips outside. But I have to get that fresh air in. And I'm sure there's something scientific to this, like about vitamin D or fresh air or something like that. But that is something that I do every morning. I will often open my arms wide and say a prayer of gratitude as well. And I know it's cheesy and my kids make fun of me for doing it, but it's just something that makes me feel good, so I do it. The fourth ritual that I do every morning without fail is consult my planner. This is a non-negotiable. Usually the night before, I will write everything that I need to know for the next day. And if you missed my last video, it was all about 9 ways to plan for beauty in 2026. So I'm trying a lot of different planner techniques this year, which I'm looking forward to implementing. But I always look at my planner. If I don't look at my planner, I usually feel lost at sea. And I did a lot of these experiments over Christmas break because you know that week between Christmas and New Year's where you feel like you're in a time warp? Well, not only did I feel like I was in a time warp, but we had our puppy and I was just off on, on work. And the Friday, Boxing Day after Christmas, I did not consult my planner because I'm like, it's Boxing Day. Like, what do I have to do today? But I forgot I had a Chic Society video I had to post. So I posted it later in the evening and I couldn't believe it. I thought, wow, if I don't look at my planner, I literally forget these big things that I always do. Like I post every Friday in the Chic Society. For some reason that day I just forgot because I didn't look at my planner. So that is really a key to setting up for a successful day. And I wrote down a little note here. If I'm going out for the day, I will take a picture of my planner and just have that if I need to consult it while I'm out running errands, for example, and then I'll delete the picture at the end of the day. The fifth ritual that I do every day is to get dressed. So I will start with my skincare and my makeup routine. This is so enjoyable for me. Usually on days when I'm not filming, it is a very quick process, just a few products, but it helps me to feel pretty. And I feel presentable when I do this. I'm usually watching a YouTube video on my phone or listening to an audiobook while I do this, which makes it even more fun. And then after that, I go into my closet and I select what I'm wearing for the day. I do the 10-item capsule wardrobe, so it's very easy for me to select my pieces. There's no wardrobe confusion or like a cluttered wardrobe where I can't decide what to wear. So that is always an enjoyable process as well. And on this particular day, I'm wearing a beautiful white Goelia sweater, my black quince jeans, and some slippers because I'll be hanging around the house. But even today, as I got ready, I'm wearing this Anthropologie dress. I will be retiring this soon as we go into spring, so I'm just enjoying wearing it. I love choosing my jewelry, like I'm wearing the Otter Spirit Obsidian necklace with this. And I find getting dressed is such a creative process because between the makeup and choosing your clothes, you're expressing yourself creatively in that way. Those are the 5 rituals that I do every morning. And if you're still here, I'm going to share my bonus ritual with you. It is something that I started over a year ago, and that is to dream journal. Now, sometimes I don't feel like I have the time to do a lot of journaling in the morning. I will often do it in the evening. But if I have an interesting dream, and even if I don't, like if I remember my dream, even if it seems silly or means nothing to me, I will write it down in my notebook, and I'll do that right away before I get up and do anything else. Otherwise, I'll forget it. And I do this in one of my notebooks that I keep by my bed because I find so many interesting themes in my dreams, themes that parallel what I'm going through in real life. There are lessons. I get messages in my dreams. I am currently reading a nonfiction book that I'll share more about in a future video, but it's called The Oracle of Night, The History and Science of Dreams, and it's so fascinating. So I record my dreams even if they seem insignificant, and I often find a lot of wisdom in them. So that is a bonus tip for you. Now, I'm not saying that you should do all these rituals yourself. Your routine might look very different from mine, and we all have different lives, but I have tailor-made this routine. I have made it bespoke for me, and it really works. So I hope that that gives you ideas and inspiration on how you can alter your routine a little bit to set your morning up for success. I wanted to talk briefly about what happens when I don't get to do these things, okay? On ideal mornings, I get to do all of them, but that is often not the case. My morning routine has changed a lot, and I can do a more detailed morning routine for you. But again, we have a new puppy that completely changes the morning routine. As I'm filming this, I am currently sleep deprived because he's like having a newborn baby. So for the past few days, I actually haven't done many of these things. Between that and also our schooling has changed. 2 of my children are still being homeschooled and 2 are not. I have shared the details of this in the Chic Society videos, but that has also changed my morning routine a bit. I am just rolling with it and doing, what works for me, and just ultimately trying to curate the best situation for me. Now, I know that once the puppy is a little bit older, I can get back to doing all these things, and I can't wait. But these are what really fill my cup. I'd like to end on a quote by Matthew Weatherly White, which was one of my favorite quotes that I've ever discovered because it's impacted my life so much, and I also talk about this in my new book. But his quote is, "The most important thing I do each morning is steady myself by not allowing a sense of urgency to penetrate." And I think that no matter what happens in your morning routine, that is the most important thing. Steady yourself and not allow a sense of urgency to penetrate, because sometimes we can hold these rituals and routines so rigidly that if they are interrupted, our day is ruined, and that is not okay because they will often be interrupted. So we need to hold everything loosely and not allow a sense of urgency to rush us, or if we are not able to do one of these routines, then we feel like we've failed. No. So we need to steady ourselves every morning, like Matthew Weatherly White suggests. I hope that you enjoyed this video. I would love to know what your morning routines are. Please let us know in the comment section down below. In the meantime, thank you so much for watching. Keep calm and remain classy, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.